What if I tell you that the small insecurities that you worry about are actually the ones that are attractive to guys? I mean, I know insecurities are bad for your image, but not all of them. Some are actually cute and adorable in the eyes of men. And if you have these insecurities, well, then you can actually use them to your advantage. But only if you know what these insecurities are and what you should do if you have them. And that's why the next few minutes I'm going to list the top 7 insecurities that most girls have that guys love and find very attractive. So, stay with me as I expose this little secret very few girls know about. Number 7. Height. Have you ever entered a room and realized all eyes are watching you, and that you feel that right away? It's because, well, your height. Height can develop insecurities in girls, especially when they are short or too tall. The standards that society has set can make you feel that you should either be a bit too tall or you're a bit too short. But what if I tell you that your unique height can actually be a factor that guys might find you really attractive with? Well, understand it like this. Let's say your height is a bit short, somewhere close to 5'2", and this can make you wonder that taller guys, especially the ones close to 6 feet, well, would they want to date you? But then you meet someone who actually finds your height cute and adorable. And if you are short, well, then you must have met someone who has admired your height before. Similarly, if you are a bit tall, he finds your height to be strong and graceful. But the question is, why would guys find it attractive when you yourself are not very sure about your own height? Well, this is called perspective shift. Many guys view height as a characteristic that enhances your uniqueness, not a barrier to attraction. Most guys don't look at you according to the standards of society, but they see you from the standards of attraction. And what does that mean? Well, if a guy compliments the shorter girl's cute stature or admires a taller girl's model-like presence, well, he simply appreciates what makes you stand out. There are guys out there who love short girls, and there are guys out there who love tall girls because these attributes make them unique. Now, what can you do about it if you are insecure about your height? Well, if you don't like being short or you feel you are too tall, one thing is obvious. You cannot change the height you have, so why not use it then to your advantage instead of worrying about it all the time? The first step is to embrace your height as your unique quality. When you accept yourself as who you are, your whole personality levels up because it's not your height that's the problem. The real problem is your insecurity. And once you are confident about your height, you are the cutest of short girls and the strongest of the tall girls. Number 6. Thigh gaps. When you see those pretty models and celebrities in magazines or on YouTube, they have this kind of perfect gap in their thighs, making them more attractive. And this makes you worry that you are not as attractive as you don't have these thigh gaps. It's a bitter truth that these unrealistic beauty standards can make any average girl insecure. But what if I tell you that this factor doesn't exist in the dating world? I mean, guys don't notice if you have a thigh gap or not. In fact, most of them don't even know having a thigh gap is a thing. In fact, for most guys, it's more attractive when you don't have those thigh gaps. Let me explain why. You see, the girls who don't have thigh gaps are actually more curvy. So while some guys do love girls with thigh gaps, there are those who like the curves. And when you have better curves, it indicates that you are a healthy person. Science tells us that guys do subconsciously look for healthier girls because, well, that means they are more feminine and will be much more suitable as a partner. Moreover, many guys are drawn to the idea of softness and warmth that comes with fuller figures. Besides this, there is another great reason why guys love girls with no thigh gaps. Girls with healthy figures often fit very well in literally every dress, and guys love how your shape fits in with perfect harmony within your dress. And you may have noticed that some guys admire you in your gym wear, when you are wearing a dress at a wedding, or when it could be just a casual dress on a holiday. Dresses can highlight their waist and accentuate their figure, making them appear more feminine and confident. The fullness of their thighs can add movement and flow to the fabric, creating a beautiful drape that adds elegance. Now, here is what you need to do if you don't have thigh gaps. Paste it in your mind that while having a thigh gap is considered a beauty standard, not having it is as equally important. In fact, this is a more natural and feminine trait, and that's why this attribute is way more attractive to masculine guys. So embrace it and be prideful about it. Wear those dresses that highlight your curves, not hide them. And you will notice that you will be getting way more attention from the guys around you. Number 5. Smile. Have you ever felt insecure about your smile, thinking about it not as perfect as it should be? Maybe you worry about crooked teeth or a slight gap or how your smile looks in photos, but here's something surprising. Many guys actually find those imperfections incredibly charming. Your smile is one of the most genuine ways you express yourself, and its uniqueness is often what makes it most attractive. You might be out with a guy laughing at a joke and you feel self-conscious about that little gap in your teeth, or your smile isn't perfectly straight, but then he says something like, "I love how your smile is different than others. It's so real and it makes you even more beautiful." Maybe he mentions how a little gap between your front teeth makes you look cute. Maybe he mentions how your crooked teeth fits on your face much better than straight teeth would have. That's when you realize that what you see as an imperfection is actually what makes you most charming and appealing to guys. But how can these non-appealing factors be attractive to guys? You see, guys like those women who possess unique attributes. A slightly crooked smile or a quirky grin can make you stand out in the best way. These little details often show more personality and warmth, making you appear approachable and real. In fact, those little imperfections are what make you perfect. Now, how can you use this so-called imperfect smile to your advantage? Well, understand this. Guys don't look out for stars like shimmering teeth or ideal celebrity smiles. They simply want to look authentic. The more authentic your smile is, well, the more that he'll be able to relate to you emotionally. A genuine smile carries a lot of positive energy, and that energy is contagious, which means that your smile will make him happy, no matter how odd you think your smile is. Oh yes, and always clean your teeth. Now, before we move on to the next one, please let us know what you think about this insecurity and the tips to use them to your advantage in the comments section. Also, before moving on, give us a like and subscribe to our channel. And now, let's go right away to the next. Number 4. Birthmarks. Do you have a birthmark in a very visible spot on your body, and does that make you insecure sometimes? I mean, you worry about what others might think of it, and if they notice your birthmark on your body. So, what do you do to try to hide it as much as possible? Do you use your clothing? Do you use makeup? But, well, guess what? You shouldn't be hiding your birthmark. You should be revealing it more because, to your surprise, guys love it when girls have birthmarks on their bodies. Let me tell you this way. Let's say you have a birthmark on your back, thigh, or your cheek, and you are out on a date with a guy. Now, as you two speak, deep inside you are just worried that he might see your birthmark and it might put a bad impression on him. But then, to your surprise, he says something like this: "I love this birthmark on your cheeks. It's like your own beauty mark." Or he says, "I like that cool mark on your leg. It gives you a unique vibe." This is when you realize birthmarks are not so bad after all. In fact, they are actually your beauty marks, and guys do notice that in a positive light. You see, guys love these body birthmarks for some obvious reasons. In a world obsessed with perfection and unrealistic beauty standards, you might think birthmarks are unlovely. But the reality is, people are fed up with these unreal standards, and that's why they look for something that represents more natural and real beauty. That's why a birthmark is so appealing to guys, because this is your natural beauty mark. A birthmark makes you unique, and that's what they're often drawn to. And when you don't hide it and reveal your birthmark, it shows that you are confident in yourself and you don't care what people will say, which makes you even more attractive to men. So here are some tips if you have these birthmarks that make you insecure. The first thing to do is to reveal it so much that it stops being weird to you. Wear clothes that reveal those birthmarks. For example, if you are on a beach, wear a swimsuit that reveals your birthmark on the leg. If you have a mark on your back, wear a dress that exposes your back a little bit more than normal. Guys appreciate it when you're real, and comfortable in your own skin. Number 3. Freckles. Have you ever been embarrassed by your freckles, especially when they seem to get darker in the summer? Many girls feel like they have to cover their freckles up or even wish that they didn't have them. But in fact, freckles are often something that guys think are really cute and special about a girl. They make you different in a way that's naturally pretty. You may feel as though your freckles make your complexion appear blotchy or that they're all that people really notice. But fellas see them another way. Picture yourself spending a day in the sun and your freckles come out in the full force. Rather than letting you feel embarrassed about it, well, he comments, "I absolutely adore when your freckles come out to play. Your face looks so cute." Itty-bitty statements like this prove that something you don't particularly like about yourself is what makes him remember you the most. So, why do guys love freckles? Well, first, they're often drawn to natural beauty, and freckles are kind of the epitome of that. They give you a youthful, playful vibe that a lot of guys like and just find refreshing compared to the heavily filtered, makeup perfect looks that they're used to seeing. They sort of tell a story to guys of someone just being authentic and real. So what can you do about it? Well, embrace them. Stop hiding them behind thick layers of makeup or worrying about your freckles. Let them shine, especially when the sun brings them out even more. And by doing that, you're showing confidence in your natural look, and that's something that guys will find appealing. Freckles are just part of what makes you, you, and the right guy will find that irresistible. Number 2. Overthinking. Next on our list is overthinking. It's when we think about a lot of things in our head and we make them even more difficult by just thinking. Overthinking is very common, especially in ladies, and to be honest, it's not a positive thing and it can make us very insecure. However, when we talk about dating, overthinking is kind of cute in the eyes of men. Let me clarify it a little bit. Let's say you are overthinking your career and during the discussion you are telling him about everything that can go wrong. You seem to be constantly worried about your future with him. You are telling him about every step that might happen 6 months later when you see his face with an entirely different expression. It's like he just doesn't care about the things that will happen in the future, but he certainly is enjoying the way you are presenting yourself to him. The way you look worried and think of all the possible situations is kind of very cute for him. And then he says, "It's so sweet when you are always so thoughtful and conscious about these things in your life." Now, why would a guy find overthinking attractive? You see, it's not about overthinking itself, but it's because of the fact that it often comes from a place of caring. When you are overthinking about something, that means you care about your relationships, your career, and everything else, and you want them to go well. This signals that you are a well-intended person who just wants to have a normal, happy life, which is an extremely attractive quality. I mean, not all of us want to be celebrities and rich. Many of us just want a normal, happy life. Many guys just love this factor that you strive for real happiness, and that comes from relationships and goals. Now, what should you do about it? Well, keep this in mind. Overthinking is not a bad thing if you do not stress about it too much. Instead of trying to run away from it, embrace it and use it to your advantage. Maybe take a deep breath and give yourself permission to relax a little. Overthinking doesn't need to be a bad thing, especially when it comes from a place of caring, and the right guy will find that charming. Number 1. Makeup-free face. Alright ladies, the last on our list of 7 insecurities that are cute to guys is the insecurity of a makeup-free face. I mean, many girls worry too much that they won't look attractive if they don't wear makeup. And because of this, most girls end up doing lots of making literally every day. But guess what? Guys care little about how you look with all those artificial tools. They really love it though when you appear with your face with no makeup on. Now, girls may have many different reasons to wear makeup. I mean, they could have freckles on their face that they try to hide, or maybe they don't want to be left behind and want to meet the unrealistic beauty standards of society. Maybe you have a very pretty face, but you overthink it too much that guys might not like you without the makeup. And if that's the case, here's a fun fact for you. The idea that guys like girls with makeup is just a stereotype. The reality is that guys like most girls who prefer to stay in their natural look. Now, you may think that makeup only enhances your look, so why would guys not like it? Well, you see, it's not about how you look, it's actually more about how confident you are in yourself. A girl who doesn't do too much makeup is actually more confident in her natural looks, and she believes she doesn't need artificial tools to define her. That confidence is extremely appealing and attractive to guys. When you're comfortable enough to show your bare face, it signals that you're genuine and not hiding behind anything. Plus, a makeup-free face can make you seem more approachable and down to earth. Now, if you were to keep a makeup-free face, what do you need to do? Well, remember this. Not wearing makeup doesn't mean you just leave your face alone and don't do anything about it. Of course, light makeup is recommended that complements your natural look, not hide it. Secondly, you should improve your natural look with more natural methods. For example, start drinking a lot of water to stay hydrated, begin doing exercises, and eat healthy food containing lots of vitamins that improve your skin and make it glow. Once you have a natural face that looks perfect without makeup, literally every guy will look at you twice. And with that, I'll have to finish today's video right here. I hope this video helps you understand how you can use your insecurities as a tool to attract men that you like. And if you enjoyed it, please like the video and also subscribe to our channel for more updates. And if you'd like to share something with us, please do so in the comments section.